Hello again, everybody. It's the Reverend J. Goldstein, and welcome to another episode of Doodling with Reverend J. In today's episode, we're going to be drawing an apple, which is why I have two markers here today, a red marker and a green marker. We're going to be drawing a red apple with a green leaf. Had I chosen to draw a green apple, I guess I would have only needed one pen. But we stick with the choices we make, don't we? Regardless of how complicated it makes life. So let's make an apple. Now, apples are fairly round, but they have a flattened spot on top, and they have kind of a flattened spot on the bottom. So, to make our apple shape, we'll start at the top, and as we make the first curve, we'll go up a little first. And as we go around, we'll make sure that we end it with a fairly flat line, with a fairly horizontal line. And then do the same on the other side. As I'm drawing right-handed, I probably should have drawn the left part first, so I can look at it the same time that I'm drawing, so I could copy it better. But I'm going to stick with this. It looks fine. There are many uneven apples out in nature, and this will simply represent one of them. Next, we're going to put a little stem on the top of the apple. Just make it get skinny and get a little fat at the end like that. You can even put a little circle on top for dimension. Next, we'll put down our red pen and get ready to draw a leaf. Now we drew these in our last project when we were drawing the flower. And we're going to draw these the same way, or this one the same way. We're going to find a part for it to start. Right there seems pretty good. Make a long flattened out S, and then a curved line which meets it at the end. Now we'll simply place a line along the middle, indicating the vein of the leaf, and we've drawn a leaf on our apple. Now, since I've been a kid, since I've drawn as a kid, I always like putting a little friend in an apple that I've drawn. Drawing a little worm. And the way to do that is to start with your red pen. Oops, almost got away from me, green pen. Really wants to roll. Taking your red pen and making a little C, like that. Next, we're going to pick up the green pen again, and we're going to make the outline of a worm. Give him a big head, and keep his body about the same width of that C. To give him a little smile, a little C right here again, a little curve, and then attach that with another curved line like that. A little curved line that way, then a little curved line that way that meets the outline of the worm, and you have a little mouth. If you want to get fancy, why not give him a little red eye, since we have both colors to play with. Little circle, and a little dot inside the circle. Now we can add some texture to this picture, of course. And we want to try to remember the roundness of the apple, what it is we're trying to portray. And remember that when we make these hash marks to indicate shadow, that the ends of them imply the shape of the apple. And this allows us to make things just a little bit more detailed. You're probably doing a much better job at this than I am. And what I did right here is I made a shadow without making an outline. And you can do that too. Next, we'll add a little bit of detailing to the leaf and the worm. A little bit of shadowing. And maybe some veins coming out of the leaf, like that. Just little lines that branch off from the center, going away from the stem. And some rings on our friend the worm. They don't have to go all the way up to his head. They could just look like a little sweater for him, because maybe it's cold in the apple. Well, that's it. We've drawn an apple, and there it is. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did, hit the like button, share this video with somebody, subscribe to this channel. We'll be drawing a lot more in the future. Thank you, everybody. It's the Reverend J. Goldstein. Ta-da! Hello again, everybody. It's the Reverend J. Goldstein, and welcome to another episode of Doodling with Reverend J. In today's episode, we're going to be drawing a simple cartoon hand. Hands are pretty difficult to draw, or at least they were, until I looked at the way cartoonists drew them. And there's some tricks I think I can share. I like to start drawing a cartoon hand by making the sleeve. This would be a standard shirt sleeve. Simply draw the sides and then connect it with a slightly curved line that curves towards you, so to speak. Today's cartoon hand is going to be in this position. I found it to be the easiest to draw and should be the easiest to share with you. First, we'll make the wrist coming out of the shirt, like that. The next part we're going to do is a curve to indicate the thumb. And what we're going to do is start a little bit out, up and to the right of the top wrist line, and just kind of make a curve that comes around and then comes around again. And that's pretty much a thumb. Next, you can line up the index finger with where the thumb folds. Make a line that comes out, and then curve it back in. The next finger is the middle finger, and it's just a little bit longer than the index finger. So we'll start in the middle of the index finger fingertip, make a little circle like that, and bring it back down like that. The ring finger is the same length as your index finger. It's true. See? Look at your own hand. It's probably true about your hand also. No guarantees. And since it is the same length, it should start at about the same spot. It'll be slightly hidden by the middle finger. And it'll come out like that and down like that. Now you could simply make a curved line right now for the palm of the hand and be done with it. A lot of cartoon hands have only 4 fingers, but I like to make a 5th. I like that pinky. And the pinky starts kind of here, not too much shorter than the ring finger at all. Right around where the fingertip ends. And it does the same thing by coming out like that. Then I just make a little curve to make the palm. And this line should end up pointing at this line to kind of infer the palm shape there. Next we can finish this up with some details. The back of the shirt sleeve like that. maybe some buttons on the shirt sleeve, a fingernail on the thumb, which I guess is a thumbnail. And you can make that by just one line across and one line up like that. That's pretty much all you need for a cartoon hand. So that's our picture. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, share this with a friend, subscribe. I'll draw more stuff and maybe do other things in these videos. What else would you like me to do? Leave your suggestions down in the comments, and I'll read them. If possible, I'll follow them. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. It's Reverend J. Goldstein. Ta-da!